So what we had yesterday, it was from my school. We had what we did. Do you see it? No, you don't see it, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, yes. I was seeing these images though on your Instagram as well with these shoes with the nails. Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes. And so yeah, so you already saw the photos, and we had the opening of the exhibition yesterday. What we did actually is what Sophia, she knit that armor.
Oh,
And
interesting.
that armor is like, and all the things and the shoes and the requisites are part of a fairy tale. So it's basically requisites of a fairy tale. And she wrote 3 stories, and I did compositions to that stories and played and recorded them. And then we made performance videos to this sound files. And what we did in the space was that we screened the videos and the music with headphones, and we exhibited the armor and all the requisites for from the fairy tale.
Gotcha. So there were objects on display, but people could also watch video and listen to the audio. Yeah.
Yes. And
what was it like? Tell me, what was it like to have what was the opening like?
I mean, it's a window exhibition, so nobody can go inside. And yeah, we were not allowed to do an opening. Yeah, I mean, what we did was like that I don't know. I mean, what is allowed is that one by one person can go inside. So we can make a date with that persons, and then we can show the exhibition. And what we did yesterday was like, okay, to really close friends, to some of our friends, we said like, okay, we will be there from 4 to 6. And if you drop by walking or something like that, pretty much people were dropping by accidentally.
You're like, everyone's like, yeah, it's a thing to go to.
Yes, yeah, something like that. So we had to be like really careful, and say to people not to stay too long, and only one by one, and ask them to go another round, and things like that.
Yeah, that's exciting. And also I think well, maybe what you're describing is that moment where you're like, you want to open up and be able to have exchange and to be able to have people come and to interact and to look at things. And then you have the fear of like, am I doing it? Are we doing it in a way that is okay? Like, you don't want to get in trouble. You don't want to get your friends in trouble, of course. And then there's the overarching concern about like staying healthy and well. Those things are happening simultaneously, but I find that these are different anxieties within my body. The anxiety of contagion and the fear of hurting other people, that aspect occupies a kind of emotional and intellectual space.
Yeah, but tell me, how was your holiday, or how your exchange going on?
So much happened in a short amount of time. And I feel like it's going to take me a long time to process what just happened. And it feels like, there are different kinds of fatigue. Like I think I get when I'm online all the time and teaching and leading events and things like that, I start to feel tired, but there is a different sensation. It's like a little bit of layering, almost in the way that you're talking about, like the regular stressors of putting on an exhibition. You already feel exhausted after it, and then you have a crash. But yeah, so that's some of what I feel like it's layering, right? So there's I did travel, and that was like it's like when you're traveling out to somewhere, you have this anticipation and trepidation, but you're going towards something new and curious. And return trips for me are different. It's like a different like you're coming back. Will everything be okay in your house? How will the cat has as you can see, totally fine. So, but I just feel so lucky and also really happy to say, like, I came back, I tested negative for COVID. And then just a couple of days later, I got my second vaccine shot.
Mm.
So it's like the roller coaster of travel and then the roller coaster of wellness in this age of COVID.
Mm.
Uh, so intense.
Mm.
Yeah, so intense. So
Mm.
I can't tell what part of me is tired right now, but I can feel a lot of feelings in my
Yeah. What and I like that expression. I can tell what did you say? What part of my body is feeling tired? Yeah.
yeah. Like, is it like my heart? I also find that it's becoming harder. You know, I told you that I've been going down to visit these dear friends of mine now for like a year and a half, or maybe it'll come up on, I think it'll be 2 years this summer that I've been going down every few months.
Mm.
And when I go to leave, it's hard.
Mm.
Um, and so I'm kind of noticing this pattern where, you know, as the end of the visit approaches, it becomes like I think I'm getting sad, or I think I'm getting,
Mm.
yeah, it's like hard to leave
Mm.
again. So yeah, it's like an interesting thing where I think there's a lot of overlapping feelings that I not totally like. There's a lot happening there
Mm.
in ways like it's emotional. It feels like connecting with, you know, your chosen family.
Yeah.
Um, and
Mm.
it's like, yeah, I feel like elated when I get to feel that feeling of connectivity. And I start to get sad when I know that it's coming to an end.
Mm. Mm.
Yeah, it's just interesting. It feels like it connects to some of the conversations that we've had throughout the course of our time getting
Mm.
to know one another and collaborating about, like,
Mm.
when is the, you know, when can you feel okay about taking the risk? Like, it is possible that there will be bad things that happen, but it's also possible that there will be good things. I just feel like super lucky that I got to do this, and that I've had the opportunity to do this particular trip a couple of
Mm.
times,
Mm.
um, because I can feel how desperate I am, really, to feel attached. Uh, um, yeah, and like to be with people.
Mm. Mm.
It's like a deep. It's like I said I don't want to, like, I don't know if there's like a better word. Um, like, I feel compelled by it, but almost like a compulsion, as if there's something that aches inside of me for this sort of like desire to connect, to be together. And the things that I really value about those times with people are like cooking meals and like having conversations. And
Mm.
um,
Mm.
yeah, I
Mm.
have to say it was a really great trip. And it gave me a little time. I think I told you too that I tried to sort of section off some days and times where I could just have quiet.
I'm happy. Yeah, I'm happy to hear that you
Yeah,
had
good trip.
yeah.
I made some little videos to
Yes,
share
show me.
too.
Yeah,
Shall I
show
show you
me.
some things?
Yes,
Yeah.
please show me.
I did a bunch of things outside. So I have two sort of long shots where I tried out a bunch of things, similar to the way that I did like on the couch with the framing inside.
Wow,
Um,
the camera is shaking.
I had it up on a tripod. Then I had it inside of a bag with like just the camera outside, and then I
Wow.
had the bag against it. And I tried to build a little yeah, look,
Wow. This
look at
is
the
so
color.
beautiful. Yes. Oh my gosh. I love it.
Yeah.
Oh my God, look at this. Wow.
I think I should take some. I haven't tried too much. I haven't altered any of this video, but I'm
Yeah.
thinking about making something like with this for your flat concert.
Yes, that would be amazing, I guess. Yeah.
Like the billowing of the fabric and the color against the sky and the beach is so
Yeah.
gorgeous.
Yes, it is.
So we talked about some of these gestures that feel like,
Mm.
this sort of possibility of doing some of those gestures that we've been doing about revealing and concealing,
Mm.
and talking about sort of having that as a constant and maybe doing it in different places so that in the space of the video editing process, we can make choices. Yeah, you had mentioned the folding, and I returned to that. I was like writing. I was doing a little bit of writing about like care and gestures of
Mhm.
care after
Mhm.
my therapy session last week while I was still there.
Mhm.
And I was thinking about how you said you were talking about like, oh, I like the way even how you like pick it up and fold it and like touch it.
Mhm.
And it is like this sort of yeah, it's like an object that's between us. Like you have touched it and now I'm touching it and now I'm like taking it around and it's like,
Mhm.
not that it's like terribly special. It's a piece of fabric, but
Mhm.
it does feel special. So when I'm taking it around and I'm like doing things and then like if it gets, if it accumulates or gets covered in stuff, I'm like wiping it off and like keeping it nice and folding it up,
Mhm.
having this sort of interaction with it in a
Mhm.
way that is about like caring for it. But I feel like that is also attached to caring for you and caring with you.
Mhm.
Um,
Mhm.
those like it's like a kind of tactile tenderness.
Mhm.
Yeah, so this is a bit longer. We don't have to watch all of this either.
Cool. I like it a lot. Yeah.
Some things happen. Yeah.
Mhm. Nice. Yeah. 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 Actually, I did today. I experimented with one setting actually as well. And should I show you?
Absolutely, yeah.
It's funny because when you said like chosen family, when you talked about that, this is the stairway, So, and when I started to do it, they came outside to smoke a cigarette, which
Yes.
was pretty funny. And they were like, "Oh, should we go?" And I was like, "No, stay. That's funny." And it reminded me now, like that in your video, also people were passing,
Yeah.
and which is like really funny, I think. And you hear them talking all the time.
Yeah.
And she has pink shoes.
Oh yeah, look at the little socks. Yeah. Yeah, look at even how gorgeous that fabric just looks. Because it's
Yeah.
so bright and vibrant, it really is like such a pop.
Yes.
Oh, oh.
And I was laughing all the time.
It's nude reclining on a staircase. It's an
Yeah.
art history mashup.
Yes. But without sound, maybe it's also interesting, to have it without the voices talking. Yeah, and then I try to find like, positions and then
Yes.
as well to work with the fabric.
Yes. Yes. This is very compelling. It's also like a beautiful frame
Mm.
in that, we have this, like, it's a nice composition. We have like the window
Mm.
over here and the window that they're in up there,
Mm.
and the movement of their feet, but kind of
Yeah.
set against this, like, you're moving very slowly and deliberately. And
Mm.
then we have these little twinkle toes up there.
Mm. Mm.
Yeah, it's very I agree with you. It's almost coincidental, but again,
Mm.
another match from the videos.
What's the next one?
Yeah.
Yeah, like that. I go a bit faster.
Oh, like hanging over the railing like the
Yeah,
fabric?
yeah,
Or like draped down the stairs like the fabric? Yeah. Oh, I'm
yeah.
into this, Barbara. Yeah.
But it was quite difficult, actually. I thought it would be easier. Yeah. And then there was that one. Sorry. I had that one then as well.
Like the couch.
Yeah, yeah, like on the couch, yeah.
Ah, that's so beautiful, just like that, even.
And I don't know, I maybe because I had a lot of work this week, but today I was kind of I wanted to hide my face. I was not in camera with my face. I was a bit like, I don't want to do that today. So I don't know.
I totally understand. I actually feel I feel like I have been making choices that are similar.
That's it.
Yeah. Uh really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. There's just something they're simple gestures
Mm.
that we're doing. But they it's also kind of interesting to be building work this way with you in this format, because we wouldn't necessarily be tracking this closely how something develops exactly.
Mm.
Usually you get to the end product and then you're at the artist lecture and someone's like, oh, so how did this come about? How did you decide upon this thing and this thing?
Mm.
Like
Mm.
this what we've been doing is all cumulative. Like each week we're basically like, oh, here's some observations that we made, here are things, and it's like intuitive, like
Mm.
we're thinking about and talking about intimacy and touch,
Mm.
veiling and unveiling, but it's really compelling. Like
Mm.
it does it, like I'm starting to, when we're doing these individually and then we start to share them, it makes me excited,
Yeah.
because I feel like there's like on its own there could be really interesting work just in with the individual pieces, but
Mm.
this connection through time, this sort of like mirroring, like we're kind of doing this, which is so much like this Zoom environment, like
Mm.
foreground and background mirroring, like
Mm.
what is virtual, what is real,
Mm.
just poking holes in all of that.
Mm.
And yeah, I feel really compelled by the images that you're making, and I feel satisfied, like with the ones that I'm making too. Like there's something that's happening, that's
Mm.
building and accumulating, and I feel like we're getting like we
So,
inch forward this like
yeah,
closer to like something, ooh, like
yeah,
that's it. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, exactly, exactly, yeah.